Welcome back to Kirk Plain, folks. Today should be a very interesting and exciting conversation. And as you can tell, my numbers don't grow very much because I'm always on the controversial side of things, and that's fine. Because personally, I want to challenge people's thoughts. I don't want to be cutting of mainstream popularity or anything like that. I want to inspire you to think about things because that's what I do. I kind of think about things. And I think about things differently because I don't readily accept just what anybody says or believes or whatever. I kind of want to mull it around in my own head and then spit it back out in a different form than I received it, just to make sure that I understood what it was talking about. Because until you own your truth, you have only signed on to the mainstream programming. And so that's what my channel's really designed to do, is to force you to think about things differently than what you've received it. Because hand-me-downs are just that. Somebody's old, worn-out things. I'm not going to give you hand-me-downs. I'm going to give you patches of material to sew back together. How about that? What I've got is a bunch of worn down information and patches of reality that's stuck to everything around you, and I'm trying to put it all back together into a sensible pattern to display the full picture. It's kind of like a montage or a collage of all the information possible. And so the first thing I want to do is say that we have so much material to work with nowadays. You can create whatever fabric of belief you want. We have the smorgasbord of truth. Used to be my old standby. Was you can make it whatever you want. Just take off the buffet what you wish, and boom, you got a plate full of belief. Because you have to figure it out on your own. Take what you want, leave the rest for others. It's the smorgasbord of belief. But now, let's talk about practical application. Okay? There's been this move in society to censor and silence and quiet people down so they don't say things, or they don't use certain words, or if somebody doesn't want to hear something, they censor you by not allowing you to speak, or they claim that you're being racist or xenophobic or hateful or something like that. And you know, that's just one way to say, shut up, I'm speaking, and you will listen to what I have to say. And it's only what I say that matters and counts right now. That's all that's saying. And so when you try to put in a comment or a line in a chat box, the whole mob in their religious dogma will jump you and say whatever they have to say to make sure you know you've spoken things that they don't agree on. And so what used to be a place of exchanging ideas is now the college campus safe rooms. Safe space. Maybe it's the MySpace. And if you're not a part of that group or mob, and you go in there and say anything, you are censored, silenced, and segregated. Maybe even put in time out, like an infant. Maybe even cast with a bunch of dispersions and names and verbal attacks. What we'd call hate speech. And so, those that say, oh, were loving and kind and peaceful are now attacking you with hate speech, censoring your speech. They've become the platform of mental instability, which is exactly what the powers that be wanted. They wanted to erode and make people so sensitive that they can't even have the discussions that go anywhere anymore. So all I have to say to that is, keep censoring yourselves, you sensitive, passive conformists. You are now part of the New World Order of peaceful, globalist, one-sided, one-thought groupthink and buzz beehive mentality. That's the facts. I know that hurts your feelings, but if you don't have a sound mind and an inner strength and a powerful conviction to who you are, you'll be turned into whatever the brainwashers and the MK Ultra makers and the globalists and the elitist censoring programmers want you to be. You will be assimilated. Period. Welcome to weakness, you pansies. Yeah, it's painful. I know a lot of my other messages were calm and loving, compassionate, and forgiving. This one's about virtue and character and strength and knowing who you are and standing in your integrity and being bold to speak out against all the manipulated spirituality that's going on out there, the card games, the salesmanship of safety and fear-based flashlights and pills and coatings, and the energy workers that think they have power over aliens and different things like that, and that you're inept within yourself to right your spirit and walk your journey alone. If you can't walk it alone, you're not making it, my friend. Hello. Naked and alone, you came into this world, and naked and alone, you're going out. Fight your own battles. Stand up and hold your ground. You don't need a group. You need a God. You need power. You need strength. You need conviction. You need internal strength. You need to know who you are. You need to know who made you and what you believe in and what your convictions are. Even the Bible said in the last days they're going to come saying, oh, peace, peace, peace. It's a time of peace. Yeah, we're signing peace agreements. That all sounds really, really good. You know that? But while that's being said, we have over 500,000 American troops all around the world holding rifles at the necks of other people, standing ground in areas we don't even belong, conquering places that we shouldn't be. And whether our current administration wants in or out of it is none of our business. They're doing their business. And I'm not going to stand in the way of it, and I'm not going to stand up and endorse it, because I'm not a part of that. I am me. I'm an individual. My sole dedication is to my God, my Creator. But yes, I did vote. I believe that there's separation of powers. I believe there's things that I control. I believe there's things that governments control, and I believe there's things that God controls. And I also believe there's other things that are out of control. Purposefully, willfully, for our own good, this world is a whirlwind of displeasure, disruption, and dissatisfaction to drive you to have conviction for an eternal security and peace where it's not like this any longer. And if you live a conviction and a life towards a Creator, you're going to know and grow into what you're meant to be in this life, so that you can move into the next phase when this old fleshly body falls off and the spirit departs the body, and then maybe the spirit, which is breath, which is oxygen and vapor and elements of this world, and when that spirit also departs, your consciousness can penetrate through the firmament and forever be with God, with all the other ascended masters and great ones in your own universe that you created while you lived here on earth. Create your spiritual connections, speak your spiritual truth, and live for your universe and your creation that you're assembling now, where the eternal Creator source spoke and said, "In my house there are many rooms and mansions where you can build and abide and dwell in your new house in the heavens with me." Yeah, I know, that doesn't sound exactly like the memory verse, does it? But it communicates the meaning way clearer than the old dead Bible book that sits on the shelf with dust that nobody believes. Know your God. Live it for you. And share with others that are open to listen. Have a great day. Don't fall for the traps. Don't buy the crystals. Don't play the card game. Don't do the drugs that lead you into the deceptive darkness of aliens and monsters. You can do some learning in those areas, but truth will always be something that's crystal clear and honest. Shake off all the other chaff and all the other weeds and go for the fruit that you can harvest that's clearly true and good and wholesome and nutritious for the soul. Have a great day.